Hope you're having a great week. A good Tuesday evening to you. It was cold and breezy again today. We barely got above freezing. We'll talk about those numbers coming up. But first of all, we look ahead. Your weather headlines, well, slightly warmer the next several days. Now, what do we talk about? The key word here is slightly, not really warm air. We're going to be in the upper 30s, mid to upper 30s and above freezing for your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yeah, that's how chilly it's still going to be, and that's how cold it has been. So at least we're above freezing. We hit 34 today, and we're going 38 tomorrow, 37 on Thursday, and 36 on Friday. So that's where your slightly warmer comes in. But starting Friday night into the weekend, we've got more bitterly cold Arctic air set to move in this weekend. And it looks to be just as cold, if not colder, than what we just experienced, which was our coldest air of the season so far. So that's why we'll have weather impact alerts for Friday night through Monday morning for the bitterly cold air. Now, we are watching as far as this weekend. Will we see any chances for precipitation? Well, there is going to be a winter storm system that's moving to our south and east. So the main impacts of that winter storm look to stay kind of pretty far to our east, actually, in the eastern Carolinas. But the cold air does return. Now, we'll say this. We do have some weak energy kind of on the backside of that system that will be sliding through Friday night and Saturday. Now, that may give us some light snowfall, but again, kind of separate and aside from that main system, still looks to stay well to our east in the eastern Carolinas while we see a lot of really cold air. So that's kind of the setup as we go into the weekend, the way it looks right now. And we'll keep you updated on that, obviously, as we go forward this week. 34, the high today. That's 15 degrees below the average high of 49. 10 this morning, 20 degrees below that average low of 30. So, yeah, a cold day today, the second half of January, making up for lost time after being warm the first half of the month. Boy, the last couple weeks or so have been quite colder, and we'll continue to see cold air as we round out January and to say hello to February 1st, which is coming up this Sunday. So here's a look at our 3-day forecast. Upper 30s tomorrow, 37 for our Thursday, and again 36 Friday. But colder Arctic air starts to move back in later Friday night into early Saturday, and that's when we'll see that frigid weekend. We're talking about below freezing highs. You'll see that on the 7-day coming up. I do have that 30% chance for some lighter snowfall late Friday and Friday night. And again, we'll continue to keep you updated on that. All right, let's talk about the weather tonight. We're actually going to see increasing clouds and maybe a few quick stray flurries flying through, especially northern counties. Could even see a quick little dusting. It's just a little bit of energy and barely enough moisture to maybe squeeze out a little bit of a skiff or dust in northern counties. May see a few flurries in the valley tonight. Otherwise, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine quickly returns once we get into your Wednesday afternoon. So temperatures stay just below freezing in Nashville today, but compared to the same time this evening compared to last evening, at least it's much warmer. That's how cold it's been. But hey, at least it's a start. Here comes this weak front that brings the clouds overnight, maybe a few stray flurries, and then the clouds give way to sunshine tomorrow. Variably cloudy, dry, mid to upper 30s Thursday, and then looking ahead to Friday. Again, this is as far as this model goes out, but so we stop it by late afternoon. A developing low pressure, it's kind of some rain in Alabama. It's going to be forming across the eastern Carolinas. So that's why we're talking about that track is going to be well to our east. That's where most of the impact with the storm will be in the eastern Carolinas. But on the backside, we have a little bit of energy that's going to feed in the upper levels, and so that's where we're going to have a chance, kind of separate, but for some light snowfall Friday night into Saturday, and then a lot of that energy will continue to work its way east as we go through the weekend. Some light snow possibly wrap around on Saturday. Again, we'll keep you updated on that. Increasing clouds, not quite as cold tonight, a low of 20 degrees. And tomorrow, a decrease in clouds, some sunshine, a touch warmer, high of 38. Here's your 7-day forecast. Bitterly cold Arctic air moves back in. Again, for Friday night through Monday morning, sub-freezing highs in the 20s this weekend, overnight lows in the teens and perhaps single digits. Very cold through Monday, but then finally warming back up in the 40s by next Tuesday.